How to get the Nature Merit Badge, and this is advice from me, Eagle Scout Sam. 1. Name 3 ways in which plants are important to animals. So 1A would be they provide food to some small animals like rabbits and anything that is typically on a diet of natural products. And natural products would be anything that's a flora or fauna type deal in the nature. 1B, they provide shelter from large predators that will try and eat them. But if they go in small areas that they can't be reached from, like thick plants, they won't get ate. They also give good protection from the climates where the animal might live. So the climate, it protects them from the heat, the cold, what have you. Wherever they live, it protects them from those hostile climates, and it also protects them from those hostile carnivores. 1C, they give overall good shelter for nesting, mating, or sleeping areas, and that's just generally good to have as a species of an animal. And you always really want to have a good spot for all 3 of those things. 2. Name a plant that is protected in your state or region and explain why it is at risk. So I picked the most northern state, Minnesota, the most eastern state, Maine, and the most southern state, Florida. So in Florida, the Galacia volobas, and these species of flowers being killed off for many reasons, but some include loss of ecosystems and different related events that can include a loss of your ecosystem. So anything that has to do with the loss of the Galacia's ecosystem is the reason that they are at risk, and that's why it's protected. In Minnesota, they have the Minnesota dwarf trout lily. It again struggles from loss of habitat that went from woodlands to houses, and so that big flipping in Minnesota from woodlands to a lot of houses can be attributed to why it is protected and why it's also at risk. In Maine, the Aplasia virginica L has been gone and returned multiple times since 1902, so this one isn't at risk currently. It is protected. It is kind of at risk because it doesn't really have a diverse species and it doesn't come up that much. But it was first spotted in 1902 and it's died off and came back for some reason multiple times throughout its history. Another 2 is name 3 ways in which animals are important to plants. Fertilization. When the animal uses the plant as shelter, they will leave some manure behind and help the plant grow stronger and faster. So that manure will act like a natural fertilizer and help it grow a lot stronger. Then propagation. When the animals eat the fruits on the plant and walks away, then lets go the seeds through manure. They will plant the seeds into a new area and spread the seed. So when they spread the seed, it helps the original plant grow and become stronger and get deeper roots and etc. It's kind of like fertilization, but it's bigger. Pollination, different insects will come and pollinate the plant, which will make it grow stronger. So if you have more pollen in your plant, it'll make you, again, like fertilization, grow stronger. Name an animal that is protected in your state or region. Explain why it is at risk. Florida sea turtles, because they've been hunted for their eggs by high-class hunters. So a lot of people want sea turtles into their eggs. So they've been hunted in high mass as of late. In Minnesota, the Canada lynx, because overhunting has caused a decrease in their population, but a bigger reason is less snowy environment at all times. So because Minnesota isn't always snowy and it has really hot summers and humid summers, they will die off because they can't live in that type of condition. And they are also widely hunted for unknown reasons, but they are just widely hunted. Maine, New England cottontail, which is a type of rabbit, is being overhunted and has an extreme loss of habit due to housing. So housing, just like in Minnesota, like we talked about before, houses that are turned, or from woods that are turned into houses, will cause a lot of loss of ecosystems. So this is a food chain. So we can see the grass. The grass is consumed by the grasshopper, which is a primary. Then the grasshopper is consumed by the bluebird. And then the bluebird is consumed by the snake, and the owl consumes the snake. And then the owl will poop out the snake, and then the decomposer, which is the mushrooms, will then help the grass grow. And then it'll just repeat the cycle, and that's the circle of life and the circle of the food chain. So that's the first food chain, and this could also be considered the land food chain. So you have the grass, the grasshopper, the bluebird, and the snake, which is your 4 levels. Or you could do the grasshopper, the bluebird, the snake, or the owl, whatever one you want to do. Then we have a water food chain, and so you can see a markle, or we start up here, the planktons from the sun, the planktons to the zooplanktons, and then the zooplankton to the small fish to the markle, the mai into the large shark, and see the flow of energy. We can see that just like the food chain here, you can see the water chain really has a big impact. So you can again say the zooplankton to the small fish to the marco to the mai to the large shark, or whatever you want to do, but those are your four animals. Then in the field, identify 8 species of bird. So this all has different aspects, and if you read the booklet, you really have to do this for your own state because this widely varies. It can't be like before where I told you different states, because this is extremely variant based off the campsite you go to or wherever you're hiking. Um, and then everything else you can do easy research, like the principles of the leave no trace. I have other videos about that. But yeah, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, and subscribe.